everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I've had experience with bullying as well, and it hurt me in the past. And so sometimes in some cases it's compassionate, negotiable when you know what's going on with them. But this is something that's been going on for years, I think, from what you've mentioned. And so it's like, yeah, you shouldn't make time for people like that, although you should gather up any evidence. And the best advice I give you, Sierra, is keep that no matter how long it's been, keep that forever,
Yeah, I still have a lot of stuff from high school that I save just to save. And then she actually blocked me before I could respond to her. So that made her no longer friends with me on Facebook. And then she also blocked my fiance. And then she unblocked us both. And then before she could go back and steal some more of my ideas, I went ahead and I changed my settings to where she won't be able to see it. And she has another friend of hers that's not a friend of mine, but used to be. But I unfriended her before she could see anything else either. Like, you're not gonna go to that person and get information about me. Not how we're gonna do this.
Yep, you did the right thing, Blocking is, easy, but you also have to make sure that people won't, backstab you, So that's really good on you that you took a stand for yourself.
Yeah.
It's very courageous of you, by the way, my opinion.
Thank you.
No problem. And I think it's also a good example for Bryson and Asher because they're going to grow up knowing how to treat people properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's the important part.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to hear something similar to that, but just in a different area that I faced a while ago?
Yeah.
So I got robbed out of money from a credit card fraud or an attempted credit card fraud. And what was interesting was I was able to locate the person, and it was someone that I had interacted with, was somewhat of an associate of, I didn't know him personally, but I had, worked with him like years ago. And I was able to track down who the fraudulent, person was that tried to steal money from my bank. And I was panicking for a bit because I lost like $500 out of it. But when I look at my banking statement, the listed company behind the person was called johnscams.com.
Oh boy.
It's like the fact that it was John Scams, that means that the bank was not going to let that charge go through.
Well, that's good. Oh my goodness.
I got my money back within hours because the bank knew. But it was just like, you're just sort of, I can imagine the other person, being like, I guess I didn't think that through.
Yeah.
Because his name exposed what he did.
Yeah, that's really dumb, but hey, at least it worked.
Yeah, from then on, I didn't even need to worry because I knew what would happen.
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.